You know, I'm gonna tell you, when I made that particular CD, I didn't like the CD at first. I really didn't, and it was never one of my favorites.
Wow.
Just being honest with you.
Vibing to some Dirty Harry, Hang 'em High, 90s style, baby. Linden Boulevard, Queens, Cambria Heights, St. Albans, Far Rock, of course. Man, I knew Dirty Harry for a very long time, man, since I was like 18. I was introduced to him by my man Maurice, who went to my high school out in Rockaway Beach Channel, and he lived out in Cambria Heights at the time. Don't ask me how he got from Cambria Heights all the way to Rockaway to go to high school. But anyway, on the weekends I used to go check Reese out, and he introduced me to Harry because he knew I was rapping and Harry was a DJ, and we clicked since then. So just reminiscing over his blend tapes. I know y'all call them mashups now, but we call them blend tapes. I'm on my way now to go get a cut, taking this ride, and it's one of my favorite things to do. Is ride listening to music. That's how I do my A&Ring, vibing and just chilling, man, enjoying the journey. Also, it's how I test my mixes. So in the future, I'll be checking out some of the mixes in the car. It won't sound that great on this camera mic, but you'll get the gist. Oh, this is available on Apple Music. Shout out to Salaam Remi for making that happen, man. Salaam, another legend in the game.
The double mixtape. We inside, baby. Take one. Represent London style. Check me out. Michael has golden hair. Michael has golden hair. And she's can't scheme on them. Rockefeller got a team on them. Chicks stream on them. Trick cream on them. Loser when dudes think it's just music.
Lean on them.
Flash green on them. And diamond rings on them.
Wow. Since a child, hope was all we had. Dripped the plussed out past, complaining. The mental straining. How many in my crew is into gaining? Subtract the weak links about the chaining. Rise and start raining.
The real outlaw. From Flatbush to South Shore. Giving you more and more. I just came home from tour. It's my time to burn to explore. I'm coming through the floor with the axe. I'm pulling gas to the max.
How's your day going?
Everything's cool, man. I got some rest today.
Nice.
What's good with you though?
Yeah, I was driving to the Barber and I was listening to your Hang 'em High on Apple Music.
Oh,
it's crazy. 97, huh? 1997. I'm like, yo, I haven't heard a lot of these in a minute. I'm like, wow.
Yeah, I don't know where I was at that time and space.
Cause that's what I was wondering. I was like, man, what made you put certain records together like that? You know what I mean? Like you mixed the R&B with the hip hop, but then you had like a breakbeat it's so much stuff I can't even remember the exact song I wanted to ask you about. But it's like, oh wow, man, like you just pull stuff from everywhere. And of course my favorite, the rap figures. Like what makes you choose certain verses for the rap figures?
I'm gonna tell you, when I made that particular CD, I didn't like the CD at first. I really didn't, and I never. It was never one of my favorites.
Wow.
Just being honest with you, and I made the CD, and I was like, and then I was like, this was in the summer. I remember though, it was the summer of '97.
Yeah.
And it literally took me 3 weeks to make another CD.
Wow.
And then I made it into a double mixtape because I was racing against time, and I was like, and no one ever did a double mixtape. I know that was certain. Nobody.
Exactly, the first.
Yeah. So then I did the double mixtape. I got this concept, and I was like, okay, hang 'em high. And then I was able to in that time I wasn't able to, how can I say it? Everything was done all in sequence. I wasn't able to switch stuff around, if you get what I'm saying.
Right. It was almost like recording. It was almost like recording the tape.
Yeah, I did. There was no going to the studio
and sliding
it back and forth.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
You know, so it was just like, okay, this is what it is. And I mean, if I come back and look at it, and I was like, man, if I had the studio, I would have took some of the best parts and just made it a one mixtape, and I think it would have been dope. But to me, it was like a lot of fluff in there. That's just me personally. But it had some good elements in there though, because so people always call me. This guy booked me for a party just on that intro on side B, like being a black man to survive, like a lot of people call me on that. When I say over the years,
yeah,
I'm thinking like that intro on Hang 'Em High, people love that intro. I must say that.
Right.
That intro, they really love that, and they were like, a lot of people ask me, are you okay? Is everything all right with you? Because it was like a sad.
It was deep.
Kind of like.
It was deep.
It was deep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's crazy. Like, do you feel okay? So you the first one to do a double mixtape. How many minutes? How many on a CD? How many minutes did the CDs hold back then?
The CD only held 74 minutes. The cassette held 90 minutes.
Right. So the CD was like 70. So you had two 74-minute mixtape blends, and you don't be like doing your blends for like 3 minutes. They be like a minute and a half. That's a lot of work.
Yeah.
That's crazy. So listening to it, I don't know if you listened to it in the recent years, because it sounds great to me. Like, I mean, some of the stuff were like, I get it, like they weren't the most popular verses or records, but it just flows so dope though.
What I can say this, like some of the records, I normally didn't want to play, like I kind of lived off of the Redman and the Notorious Big album.
Right. Right.
So that's why I was like saying, like, normally I was like, it was a lot of Notorious Big, Ready to Die, and it was a lot of
But that was the year, the Puffy too, the No Way Out. Yeah, but that was the
No
year.
Way Out. Yeah.
So that was the newest releases. But you had some Snoops on there. I love that blend when you put Biggie on Snoop's beat. That was crazy. That made Hypnotize sound a whole different way.
Oh, okay, yeah. You see, that was, and that's another thing. I knew I was the first one with that Biggie acapella. That's the funny thing.
Yeah.
So nobody big. I'm talking probably like 20 years. Nobody had that acapella.
That's crazy. That's crazy. That's right. You couldn't use no app to grab the acapella. That's another thing I was gonna say. Like, how did you get those acapellas? Like, did you like get the hookup, or did you create them? Because I know you was up on that technology early. You was up on that, like, what was it? Vegas or some shit. The program was.
Nah, back then it still wasn't Vegas.
Oh, they still wasn't out yet. Okay.
Yeah, no, I wasn't doing. Everything was still analog, and at that time it was just like really connections. It was another at the time. I know they weren't doing much with rap acapellas.
Right.
So another DJ had given it to me, and just out of love, like, yo, here, do your thing. We know you be doing your thing.
Nice.
You know, and they actually gave me the cassette it was on. They didn't even make a copy. They just gave me the cassette.
Oh, it was acapellas on cassette?
It was one acapella on cassette.
Wow, that's crazy. That's so funny because
the rest of the stuff was either.
No, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, the rest of the stuff was either on DAT
right
or vinyl.
The DAT tapes. Yeah, man, that's so crazy. Because I was listening to your joint, getting all reminiscent and nostalgic, and I get to the barber shop of my man Julian. I see on his table he got a Walkman and 4 cassettes. It was like X-Clan and Brandy, Boys to Men, and another rap one. I was like, oh, Craig Mack first album on cassette. I was like, yo, bro, what is going on today? I was like, yo, what a coincidence, man. It's crazy.
Yeah. You know, but that was a good time because that actually that mixtape actually propelled me into, I think, another. It took me another notch higher where.
Right.
You know, because I remember after I dropped that, you know, that's when a couple artists was like started hitting me up.
Nice.
You know, so I remember Nas had hit me up, like, yo, come down to the studio. A couple people hit me up, like, yo, you know, hit me up, and that's where it kind of, I guess that particular mixtape, it traveled a far way, and not in terms of just, it was kind of more awe and shock, if you get what I'm saying.
Right.
Yeah, I think it was more awe and shock, and you know, it's like, yo, what are you working on?
For the listeners, or just like when you say it was more awe and shock?
Awe and shock because it was, okay, one, I was doing a lot of different things on that mixtape.
Yeah.
You know, and you know, if you go to the normal mixtape, it was just like, yo, we just playing the new exclusive record.
Right.
You know, so here I am.
Blends,
and I'm taking Biggie Hypnotized, and I'm mixing it with Could You Be My Heart?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, and they're like, oh shit, this is on a different level. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, so
that's
I
probably,
think that's what it was.
Nah, that's definitely, you had a lot of surprises. So yeah, I agree with that. A lot of surprises. The Blend Master. So who else was doing blend tapes during that time, 97?
Everyone was doing blend tapes.
But who's the ones you respected?
Yeah, you had like Grandmaster Vic. Yeah, you had one of the kids that went to my junior high school with me. His name was Chucky Madness. Chucky Madness. I mean, you had Sage. You had Jada Arello. You had a couple cats out there. Dog Time, of course.
Dog Time. I remember Dog Time.
Yeah, Dog Time was crazy. So, you know, and I think at that point in time, I was more so trying to keep up with the rap music because I was listening to their mixtapes in the early years, you know. But after that time, it was just like, okay, yo, I'm just going off of what I feel.
Right.
You know.
Right.
And actually, my inspiration was more so someone's coming out with a new mixtape. I need to still come out. I need to be consistent, do my blends, and come out with some new music, some exclusive stuff.
Yeah.
You know, and I remember, it's the funny thing, I remember when I dropped that CD, and I bought it to Beach Street, downtown Brooklyn.
Oh, Beach Street, wow.
And the first question they had, because it was, I dropped that CD, and I kid you not, Busta Rhymes came out with Put Your Hands Where My Eye Can See.
Yeah.
In that summer, and I probably dropped my CD like 2 weeks after the song dropped.
Yeah.
And they're like, yo, you got Busters, put your hands with my eyes and see? Because if it's not on the CD,
Right.
we don't want it.
Wow. And you had a blend on there.
Yeah, they were just making a joke.
Right.
But they were like, yo, that song was like killing me at that point in time.
And you blended with who you blended with again? That was a dope blend too. Shit.
I forget who I blended with at this point. It was
an R&B record though. It was dope.
Yeah, it was an R&B record. But I remember I had just got that record, and that's what I'm saying. Like, I think that was like on like a side B.
Yeah.
And it was up the top. So literally, I got that. I was working crazy at that point in time.
Right.
And I literally did that CD in like 3 weeks. Shows you that, hey, yo, if you put your mind to it, but you can do anything in 24 hours if you put your mind to it. If you really want it.
Yeah. Just gotta give yourself that real deadline and make it happen. The urgency. I made a video about that, about urgency. Like, I wish I would have had a lot more urgency with certain things back in the days. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's an example.
I just listened to a video yesterday, and basically, like, even if you set your goals and you say, okay, listen, I want to make $1 million, you have to set a date of when you want to make this $1 million.
Yep.
You just can't be like, yeah, I want to be a millionaire, but you have to say, listen, I'm going to make my $1 million by April, and this is the way I'm going to do it.
Yes.
Because it's not, you could pray for luck and wish for luck, but really you got to say yourself, like, okay, I got a plan, I got a strategy, and this is how I'm going to do it. And you convey it to the universe. And that's what I was doing back then, believe it or not.
Yeah, I believe it.
Because I was like, yo, I used to be like how Kanye used to be.
Yeah.
Coming up, yo, I rap, yo, blah, 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 blah,
Yeah.
And then I remember, I was like, yo, I'm making mixtapes. Yo, I'm making music. I used to talk, yo, check out my mixtape. Yo.
Yeah. That's right. Now, that's real talk right there, man, because it's like, if you don't set the plan or write it down or execute it, it's just going to stay a dream. And nobody believes you at first. You got to tell them. You got to let them know. Then after a while, you say you stay consistent, they start believing you.
That's what it was, because that consistency. And I mean, of course, the who played a major part in that is Salaam, actually. Because
shout out to Salaam.
I used to wake up mornings and he used to be like, yo, come on, man, let's get it going. Because I'd be like, oh, I'm just chilling. Nah, no chilling.
Yeah. And now look at it. 30-something, almost 30 years later, it's on Apple Music now. Crazy.
Yeah.
Thanks to Salaam.
So no, seriously, he's like, come on, let's go, let's get it done. Yo, summer's almost over. So I remember he gave me that Lauryn Hill freestyle. And that was the first thing for me to actually start working on.
Wow.
And he gave that to me like in the top of the summer. And that was like, I did that, and that's what I started the tape with. And I was like, all right, cool. And then I felt like that part one wasn't strong enough, which is part one, so I made part two.
Crazy.
And then, I was like, okay, yo, I think that was like in July. I dropped in mid-August, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Literally, like from end of July into August, I just worked and did that other one. Which I look back and be like, man, it was a lot of work, but it really wasn't a lot of work.
Right.
Imagine now working with the
technology.
Now. It's crazy now because I think so many people are doing blends. Some people get recognition for it. I see people get online and they do a blend and people are like, oh my goodness, this is the craziest thing I ever heard. And I'm like, damn, I did that same blend 30 years ago.
bro, I be saying that all the time, bro. That's why I be telling you. I'll be like, yo, dogs, you need to just like get on here and show people.
Someone did a blend with what's this record? Olivia
Newton-John. Physical. Let's get physical. Was it that one?
Nah, definitely not that one. I can't think of it right now.
All good.
Yeah.
But somebody just used did a blend with a joint you did.
Yeah, I remember doing the blend, and no one really ever used that record before. And then I have never heard a DJ use it in the past. And then someone did it in a battle like a couple years ago, and and I was like, oh, finally somebody used this record. You know what I'm saying?
Now you were way ahead of your time, way ahead. Even messing with the technology. That's why I was bringing up Vegas. Like, you were always way ahead, man. And like, yeah, I just it's just real dope. Like, listening back and seeing, because I'm in a whole new state of just renewing, restarting, refreshing, and going back to my why. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so when I listen to your stuff, it just reminds me of that era, reminds me of that time, and it's just like, yo, because you know what it was. Go ahead.
Nah, but I do remember. I was like, yo, I remember you were in Teaneck at the time,
right?
And I was like, I came over. I was like, yo, is this gonna take me like one day, yo? And I think I was at your crib for like 3 or 4 days. It was like, all right, B, it's time for you to go, man.
Nah, I don't think we ain't kick you out, bro.
Nah, you ain't kick me out.
Yeah.
I remember that. It was I'm gonna tell you the tape it was. It was man, it's Teaneck. I think it was in the Line of Fire, yo.
Was you using the rolling thing then? The rolling joint?
Nah, the rolling wasn't even then. Nah. This was this was like 90. This was like, no, excuse me,
98.
2000. No, there had to be like 99 or 2000 around then.
Yeah, because we were...
Or maybe not.
We were in Teaneck like 98.
Oh, 98. Okay,
yeah.
98. So, yeah, in the Line of Fire, yeah.
Yeah, 98. Well, that's dope, man. But just so you know, I got my camera on because I'm vlogging. So we just did an interview real quick.
Okay.
Easy way. I'm gonna chop it up. I'll let you hear it before I post it if you want. But yeah, this is good, man. Got more than enough. It's like 20 minutes. I don't need
right.
Yeah, man, that's good because I was playing.
I actually thought someone was in the ride with you.
Oh no. Yeah, everybody's in the ride with me. It's a camera. It's a camera, man. Nah, this was really good, man. I always wanted to do something like this with you. This is really good. Got a nice impromptu interview with my man DJ Dirty Harry, talking about the infamous mixtape. Some of that stuff I didn't know, so it's great to hear about. But yeah, man, once again, I appreciate y'all for checking in. All the comments, all the feedback, all the engagement. It's appreciated. Enjoy hearing from y'all. Keeps me going. And as time goes by, I get to know who's watching, and I get to figure out how more I can be of service to y'all and what kind of gems I can share besides showing y'all the process of a man in his 50s starting over, reinventing himself anew. All right, until the next time, one.
Yeah, hang 'em high, it's volume number 9. Dirty Harry represent, no doubt. 97 summer style. For all my people, from state to state, land to land, country to country, you know how I do it, alright?
Your eyes reveal your feelings. If they don't,
We're gonna do a song that you never heard before.